Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Wonder Kid video. In this video today, I'm going to be talking about the lessons and some of the key takeaways that I've learned from my first year in trading. Okay, now for those of you that don't know, a little quick backstory is that I started off my whole trading journey by going through Baby Pips, which was a great free Forex course where you actually get to learn a lot and in a pretty much fun way. So guys, do check that out. And then afterwards, I did join a trading community where I learned a strategy. Of course, now I'm currently trading on my own, and of course, live funds. Now, of course, one of the things that you want to understand is that across this year, I have, for me personally, picked up many different experiences that I believe that can be useful to new traders. So guys, this is exactly why I'm creating this video, because I think that anyone that is new to the game or new to trading can really take some of the key pointers I'm going to give to you in this video and actually implement it in your strategy and plan for the upcoming months and years ahead to help you guys become a very good trader and know what to expect. Okay, so I'm going to start off this video by giving you top tip number one, which is balance. Okay, now one of the things is when it comes to trading is that of course normally sometimes we do actually start our trading journey because we know that, hey, we can actually, well, either we're sold on these kind of get rich quick schemes, or we know that, hey, it can make a lot of money. When you hear a typical, or even if you hear the word trader, you think of someone, hey, that's making money or is in the game of money making, right? Which of course in a sense it is, right? But one of the things that we want to understand is that when you actually start off in this trading journey where you are a retail trader, for example, or you are a purely technical trader and you've got to do the work on your own, it can become very intensive. And what I mean by this is that if you're learning a strategy, then of course you're going to spend a lot of time on the charts backtesting this strategy till you actually create your own trade plan and perfect it to a T, okay, as best as you can. Okay, now like I say, balance is the key word, because when you actually start to backtest and you really start to find not only the love or passion for the charts and you start to create these expectancy of results for your trade plan, but of course, you sometimes actually start to miss out on the social life. I know, for example, for myself, there's been times when I'm just so focused in work that I'll work for hours and hours, including in the nights, and then of course, just forget to socialize and blow off steam in whatever way. So guys, make sure that you plan your days out, not just in terms of backtesting and doing all the hard work when it comes to trading and, learning about charts, but also plan for the time that you want to blow off steam, whether that's going to the gym or meeting friends or going on date nights or whatever it is that helps you to actually have that relaxation time. It's so important that you have the balance. And of course, that includes naps as well. I know that's for some entrepreneurs and traders out there that they are really working very hard. They want to spend a lot of time in chart work. And of course, when you're spending time on the charts, you sometimes forget about the time. You will be staring at the charts for 4 hours straight, not understanding that, hey, your kind of concentration and focus has declined over those 4 hours. Whereas if you took a little bit of a break between the hours, maybe 5-10 minutes, your concentration will come up to near or less 100%. Okay, so guys, always think of the word balance. Don't overstress yourself on, hey, I want to really get rich quick and I really want the money to come in, I really want to be funded. Take your time. That is one of the best pieces of advice that I can give straight off the bat. Take your time and enjoy the process. And like I say, actually take time out to visit family or gym or do whatever that you do to help you blow off steam. Okay, now top tip number two is build progressively. Okay, there are many traders, including myself, that actually came into trading and thought, hey, I can jump the gun, I can learn a strategy from a community, for example, or from whoever, and actually go out and be funded. Okay, now as you guys saw, even from my personal experience, that it happened that way. And of course, I learned the lesson the hard way because I failed a couple of challenges and of course passed the third time round. So again, guys, I will actually really do encourage you guys to build your trading journey progressively. And what I mean by this is, of course, if you're very early stage, start off to understand what trading is all about, what is candlesticks. You can learn about indicators, you can learn about the markets. And again, like I say, Baby Pips is a great course. But again, once you do that and you start to develop your own strategy, whether it's through a community or through your own back testing, then start to prove it in the demo market. Start to trade demo to see how it performs, how your psychology is handled, but also how you put in those processes, especially at the stage where you're trading demo very early on, or you're trading small amounts of money live. It's very important that you start to build those good habits that will help you to become a good trader. Now, what are those habits? Well, for example, it is number one is definitely ASR, Advanced Self-Review, where at the end of the week you review your trades and you understand how you felt, the emotions during those trades, and if they fit your plan or not. And of course, you reflect back and actually create processes in the following week to help you actually mitigate those bad habits and to help you on that avenue of good habits and stay there, okay? So that is one of the things that you can do in your journey, in your progress as you are actually trading demo or trading small money live, is build those processes. Take your time to build those habits. Habits don't come overnight, right? For example, if you're a person that likes to watch Netflix and watch a lot of TV all the time, and you're not on the fitness side, you don't like to work out, then of course I can't say, or you can't tell yourself, hey, now all of a sudden I'm going to work out 1 hour, 2 hours every day. That is a big jump. Like, you have to start incrementally, maybe start 10 minutes. And again, the reason being is because your subconscious is already programmed to not actually get up and physically exercise. It enjoys and is comfortable with watching shows. So like I say, build progressively, really build those good habits, especially when you're trading demo or trading small amounts live. And then eventually, as you start to prove your trade plan works, as you start to become the asset and say, hey, you know what, my expectancy at the end of every month is starting to be positive, then of course, trade either go on and trade larger funds or go for challenges. And of course, remember, don't forget, the most important part of it is manage your risk, okay? Remember, treat demo as if you're trading live. Don't just say, oh, this is demo, hey, this trade looks really high probability, so I'm going to risk 5% of the account. No, it's all about habits at that stage. So like I say, build progressively, make sure that you are the asset, meaning that you have put in these good habits to help you become consistently profitable over 1 month or 2 months, for example, and then feel free to go ahead and go for those challenges, and then of course build up from there, okay? So like I say, top tip number 2 is build progressively. Don't jump the gun. You can't just become all of a sudden a 100-meter sprinter with no training. You of course have to stretch, warm up, start training your muscles, and then make sure they get bigger, stronger, able to have more fast twitch muscles so that you of course can sprint very, very fast, okay? So that is top tip number 2. Don't jump the gun, build progressively. Now, top tip number 3 is to learn top trader habits, okay? Now, again, this is a more of a difficult one because I know that some people out there do want to come into the trading game and want to become a trader and don't really know where to find a mentor. So for myself, for example, I Googled it. I went and tried to find a trading mentor / community. And of course, I did my research and joined one, okay? So I do highly implore you guys, do that to find someone that is more experienced in the trading game. And now once you have found that individual, try and understand what are their daily routines, okay? It's very important to understand what they do every day and why they do it, okay? So for example, some traders might like meditating, right? Meditation is very good because it helps to, over time, the more you meditate, it helps to control your nerves, helps to help keep you in a calm state, and you become a lot more relaxed, which of course is very important when you're handling losses or managing money, right? That is very, very important. Number 2, some traders really like affirmations. Some traders actually wake up in the morning and speak to themselves and say, hey, this is how I'm going to trade, what I want in my life, and be very, very firm with that. They program their subconscious to make the subsequential habits to make their dreams come true very easy, okay? It's like I said, for example, if you wanted to become a sprinter, right? You're not going to say, oh, I'm really slow and unfit and I can't do it. No, like on the very least, you're going to need to affirm in your mind that, hey, you can become the best sprinter in the world. You can train hard. That is in your nature to work hard. And in return, of course, your brain is going to tend to those habits that will actually help to put that dream into fruition, okay? So again, like I say, that is another one example. You can use affirmations, right? Another example is reading. Like, of course, reading for me personally is a non-negotiable, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You have to learn what these individuals that are successful and have gone through that whole process of till they actually reach success. What did they go through? What were their key characteristic traits? Even in trading, you have great books such as The Forex Mindset by Gerard Martinez. By the way, this is what it looks like if you guys are interested. And of course, there's another book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Start to read. Again, like I say, these are all habits that top traders do. Now, why do they do that? Because it helps them to keep in line with keeping their mindset straight so that they can execute on their plan better. And of course, they can actually be knowledgeable, be on the side of learning more than on the side of, hey, I know everything. Again, like I say, top tip number 3 is learn the top trader habits. They are top traders for a reason. And of course, it's very important for you to understand what the habits they do and why, and just start to implement it yourself and be consistent with it. Okay, so that is top tip number 3. Top tip number 4 is sponge mentality. Now, what I mean by this is that always come on the side of keeping your brain like a sponge. Absorb as much information as you can. You never ever want to be on the side of, hey, I know the markets, I know it all. That is a very, very bad sign of a trader, because in that sense, you're going to be very egotistical, you're going to be greedy because you know it all. And of course, it's going to start to impact your trading results. You're going to start to enter trades that you think, oh, well, I'll average, but because your capital is up, hey, why not, right? But again, like I say, it's a habits game, okay? So you want to be very, very humble in this. Always side on the side of learning. And what I mean by sponge mentality is learn as much as you can from as many people as you can. Even, for example, if you join a trading mentorship or a trading community, don't only just listen to the mentor, because the mentor will explain the strategy in one way, but try and learn from others. Always pick people's brains and ask them, what do they see? And then try and take that into your learning. That is probably one of the most important things that I can say that I've seen very, very successful people do, not even through books, but also in real life, right? They actually take little bits from everyone and they put it together and see what they can come up with. And this is another point that I want to come across or come to you guys with, is that when you're actually in a trading community and you're learning, don't take everything as if it's absolute value. So say, for example, you're learning a strategy. Don't just say, okay, this strategy is the best, there's no other better. No, because there's actually elements of other strategies that you can implement that you won't know about unless you actually explore and learn and implement it into yourself, and you'll be a lot more comfortable trading this kind of new hybrid alternate strategy that you build, right? Always come on the side of a sponge mentality, learning as much as you can. And of course, go through YouTube videos, try and read or try and watch podcasts of traders, of self-made traders and what they do, what are their habits. Always learn as much as you can. You never ever want to be on the side of, hey, I know it all, I am this and I'm that. Always pick little bits from everyone and assimilate that together to help you become the best trader you can be. And I would say this is a very, very important point if you want to be able to grow as a trader as quickly as possible. Take what you can from all these other traders and really build it into yourself and ask yourself, does this work for me? Does my mentor do something that he does really well, but I can see that can be better? Or does this individual, has he come up with a good point that I understand better that could help my strategy? Like, really cross-reference it and understand what works for you. Just because you might have a trading strategy that has been taught to you doesn't mean that is the absolute strategy. Continuously try and develop it, like I say, and of course go forward in that. Okay, now of course this is on the trading side and trading strategy side. When it comes into the trading mentality side, like I say, watch podcasts, watch people that have been successful and what they say, read books, and really understand what it takes to actually have longevity in the game. Because like I say, some people, some traders will actually start to take losses and give up, because of course they're like, hey, I'm out, I don't want to lose anymore, that's it. But you get nothing from giving up. If you started this journey as a trader and you truly believe in it, then continue and push forth. One of the key words is perseverance, and I've made a video on this. Persevere through the tough times and eventually the success will pay, okay? So like I say, that is top tip number 4, sponge mentality. Now, top tip number 5 is plan on the plan, not going to plan, okay? Now, one of the things is that this is also in many, many books about successful people when they're actually trying to create a business plan. No business plan ever goes 100% to the T. There's going to be random kind of events that happen in your life that kind of deflect you from your goal, or things that you just didn't see, right? For example, you might have landed a funded account and you say, hey, to yourself, hey, now this is the time I get to make money. This is the time I get to go full time. This is the time when, okay, hey, I'm a fantastically great trader. The next thing you know, next month is very range bound. You enter too many valid trades and all of a sudden you blow your account, right? Now, again, this is quite a common thing, right? Even blowing accounts, but also the fact that the realization of the plan not going to plan is a very, very scary thought. Everyone, every entrepreneur, every business person, every person that wants to be successful will have a plan, but even the smarter ones will anticipate the plan not going to plan, okay? So for example, let's say, I have heard traders before say, hey, you know what? I've learned a profitable strategy. I've got my plan. Now I want to be full-time within the next 3 months, right? I want to be full-time. Now, again, if you want to be full-time like that, what if the next 3 months are pretty range bound if you're a trend trader? What if the expectancy of results wasn't as good as expected, which can happen at any time? You just don't know what the market's going to do, right? So again, plan for that. plan on the plan not going to plan, and especially on the emotional side, really just say, okay, you know what, this is the ideal goal I'd like to have within the next 3 months, for example. But again, if it doesn't happen like that, and for example I become less profitable or something happens like this, then I'm okay with that, because I understand that successful people plan, and not only plan, but they plan on the plan not going to plan. Okay, they're actually happy with that. And again, like I say, trading is all about emotional management, and if you're on the side of understanding that your plan may not go to plan, which you probably will not go to plan, then of course you will actually be more emotionally okay when that happens. Okay, so like I say, top tip number 6 is plan on your plan not going to plan, because all successful people will have a business plan, but it never goes that way. You might say, for example, hey, I want to join this community and I think it's fantastic. And all of a sudden, hey, you might say, hey, I might really like this community and I like their strategy. Then you might change and say this. Like, it's fine, like you can do whatever you like, but it's, of course, like I say, don't always think that your plan is going to be 100% followed, because the route to success is a very, very squiggly one and it's not direct. Okay, so there you have it. That is top tip number 5. Now, top tip number 6 is have capital buffers. Okay, now this is very, very important, especially when you're going to go to full time. Okay, now, for example, if you are trading a prop trading firm, it's very, very important for you to have a capital buffer within that prop trading company, so that you know that, hey, your psychology is protected. A lot of these kind of prop trading firms will have these rules where if you have a 10% or 12% drawdown, then of course you lose the account, right? Now that does have an impact, whether you like it or not. It will have a psychological impact on you, so manage that. Once you build a certain amount of capital, then within that prop trading company, keep it in there and withdraw the rest. Like, for example, if you grow the account by 15% and you want a 10% buffer, which is quite clever, then to withdraw the other 5% and keep the 10% buffer in there. It protects your psychology. And in another take is, for example, if you're going to go full time, right, I'd say at least have enough capital for 6 months to a year. Okay, now of course we all want trading to be our main source of income, but again, things can change. You might start to have stagnant months in terms of consistency. Circumstances might change. You might have to move abroad, you might have to do this. You never know. So make sure that you actually have enough capital between, I would say, at least 6 months to a year, enough capital to protect yourself, so that when those kind of unforeseen circumstances hit that you just can't even plan for, then you are well prepared. Okay, it's very, very important that you manage your finances like that and you have a long capital buffer. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That is top tip number 6. So guys, like I say, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This video was just recalling some of the experiences that I've had personally in my first year of trading, and I do hope that you actually guys take this away and really implement it in your trading journey yourselves. Like I say, it is a rough one as entrepreneurs, because of course you're a trader as yourself. You are your company, you are the asset. You are going to face all these little issues. You know, you're going to want to plan. You're going to say to yourself, hey, I want to be the best trader in the world. Don't forget, always put in the effort to do that. If you want to be the best, you've got to put in the effort. That is the price you pay for being the best. But also anticipate on the plan not going to plan. No matter how much we want things to go in our direction, life is chaos and things will just come out the blue. So prepare for that. And like I say, if you're going to want to go to full time, make sure you have enough capital buffer to take care of all your liabilities, all your finances for at least 6 months to a year, so that you are well off and don't need to worry if something goes wrong. For example, if you lose your funded account, or if your funded account from private investment goes, or whatever it is, always protect yourself and hedge yourself on that. Okay, remember guys, I want to leave this video on one thing. We are risk managers and psychology protectors more than traders and money makers. Always come on the side of psychology protection and risk management, because as soon as you start doing things that are outside your risk parameters, or you actually take bigger risks than you should, then you're going to feel absolutely devastated. Okay, so for example, if you risk more than you should and you lose your account, how are you going to feel? Absolutely terrible. So as long as you are on the side of, like I say, risk management and psychology protection, and you keep those good habits all the time on that side, you're going to be a fantastic trader in the long run, as long as you persevere. So there you have it, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you had any comments or questions about this video, please feel free to write it down in the comment section below. But like I say, I genuinely do hope this video does actually help you guys with your trading journey. And like I say, it's recorded from some of my experiences. So I hope that you guys take value from this, and of course, be the best traders that you can be. But for now, guys, I hope you have a fantastic trading week ahead. Take care and peace.